How's it going? So, I thought I would go over some of the PvE stuff for my character, just, as a general helpful overview, because this game is a little bit confusing, and some of the settings that I found ended up working out good, and also just talking about some of the gear targeting and what the daily routine might look like. And there's a lot of information already out there that I've been even following, which I can link in the description, so I'll just kind of consolidate some of that. But in general, here are my stats right now, and this should be ideally at around 1,000. You want to, like, most people that are competing at the high level PvP right now are about 1,000 hit, and even this melee evasion is a little low. This probably you want it around 1,500 or 1,600 ideally. So those are the two target points that I've been aiming for, is just melee hit and melee evasion. So some of the gear sliding, and now this is what's been taking me the longest. So the first thing that I targeted, because I realized very quickly that you could not just farm endlessly. I was trying to originally get this Magna's Fury Warblade, and it was not dropping. And luckily, by the time that I had roughly about 16 tokens or so, was when I noticed that you could craft these. And so you can craft them down here at Stoneguard Citadel at these legendary crafters, and I'll take you over there in a second. In fact, we'll go there right now. And I'm gonna take you over to where you can just see. Alright. Come on over here to the crafter, and click on Magna's Fury Warblade, and you can see what the resources are here. And a lot of these right here you're going to be getting from the farming those abyssal dungeons with the contracts after you do the dungeons. But these Dimensional Essence Salvation, that's really the key here. So go down to this little bag, and I favorited it, so it'll be on my favorites, but it's in this bag. And you'll see what it requires. So 10 of each boss token from the dungeons. So that's it, 10. So you get 4 tokens per boss kill when you open that chest. And so that means that 3 a day would be 12. So you can do 3 dungeons a day and then just do each of the bosses. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, I lost track. 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 6 days. So every 6 days you can craft a weapon. Oh, sorry. So every 6 days you get 1 of these, and then you need 2 of these. Sorry. So 12 days. I said that wrong. 12 days. Every 12 days you can get a weapon, and so that's what I did the first time. I targeted this because I wanted to go as much heavy attack as possible. That gives you the ×2 on a damage. It doubles your damage. So I was trying to leapfrog to as much heavy attack as I could. And what you do is you get on your weapons, you can trait right here, heavy attack chance. And then in addition to that, this right here. So if I stun them or shocked with stunning blow, then I get a buff. The Magnus Berserk for heavy attack. So that's what I was. So I guess in general the stats I'm aiming for plus hit, plus melee evasion, and heavy attack chance. So then the daggers, I actually got a drop first. It was the Chimera's Fangs, and so then I just started farming those. But then I got a random drop for the Fangs, so now I'm trying to catch these Fangs up. Because these Fangs, what's nice about them is that the proc on this right here, Liqueur's Glade or Gale Blade, that buff will go up for your Greatsword hits too. So, yeah, and then let's look at my gear too, the other pieces. So you're gonna want to aim for hit, crit, and heavy attack chance. And honestly, what I do every day is I just had a whole week straight where every day the only dungeon I did was where the Liqueur's Wicked Thorns drop, and anytime you get a drop, you're trying to roll for the traits that you want. And then you can also do trait conversion to try and gamble on if you get the drop. So, and then if you play the auction house, and so you might be getting, I was getting these bracers of the Primal King. That's another thing I'm targeting. But some of the drops on this, I could trait out when you go into your inventory and you want to remove a trait, you can either dissolve it or a trait extraction. So then you sell those on the auction house and buy the traits that you want for the weapons that you have. So that's kind of the flow that you get in every day. Do your dungeons, and then sometimes you get lucky on those drops that you trait extract. Make sure you have enough trait extraction stones. And you can see all the boss tokens that I have remaining that I've been trying to fill out. So I already got my weapons, but there's always more weapons that are going to be coming along. So I don't know if I should save them up, or I can experiment with some other builds potentially. So now some of these other pieces, like you can just look here. This visor of resistance is I mean, these things are super easy to come by, whether it's through the lithograph or, I think I got this out of the leveling process, leveling up out of the game. This was a drop in the crypts, the abyssal crypts. This you get out of the leveling process at the end when you complete the quest line. This is a drop in Sanctum, I think. These I crafted really easily. You have these materials super easy. Just make sure you're crafting the right one. This has melee evasion, melee evasion, melee evasion, and those are super easy to trait from the auction house. They're like bone dry cheap. You can sell one traded item out of a dungeon and then fund this right here. You don't have to spend any money on this. So you can see I'm just using greens here. This gear score primarily is coming from the fact that I've been smart about how I've been slotting my skills, and so all of my skills that I'm using are purple, and I'm just aiming for that one. I don't care if they go up above purple, just one each into purple. That's my baseline right now. And yeah, you can see this one's Assassin Instinct. My screen's covering it.
You'll feel the difference.
But yeah, as a general, these are the passives that I like to use on this build. I've been swapping around, so I'm going to explain why I put poison in this build. Because you can slot this out for Gaia Crash, and then slot this poison one out for Indomitable Armor. That'll just swap in right there if you're not running poison. But let me explain why I'm running poison. This has been really nice when you have these long fights and you run out of mana, which happens, I've been noticing. And having this poison completely outlasts any DPS. You just hit that twice, and then it just pumps out more damage. And as a slot filler for Gaia Crash, because in my rotation for even PvP, you're just stunning and doing a big hit combo or knocking them down. This was a filler slot. So as a filler slot, I only had to sacrifice a little bit defense right here. If I'm not getting hit, then I'm just doing damage output for this slot. So, and I found that this kind of works, I got my mobilities right here. This is going to proc heavy attack. This is a giant gap closer. This binds. If you bind, you can knock them down with this. I sometimes slot the ankle strike in for brutal incision if I need another CC layer in there. But really, it's these two, these two big guys. Stunning Blow, Guillotine Blade is the one shot that you're trying to achieve. So, and then for the skill specialization, pretty straightforward. I mean, bare minimum right here. I'll sometimes slot Phantom Smokescreen on the big GVG battles. But this is CC immunity. It's super important. I run a lot solo. I have to have this. This is just this actually was another filler slot. It's just a nice little extra damage burst at the very end if they're low health to catch them. This one I found, if you have the effect duration, it helps a lot with PvE. It just makes it a lot smoother to last the whole duration. Get all the 20 stacks. You just keep the 20 stacks the whole fight. This is AoE quick cooldown. It's the logic behind that one. Stunning Blows is like literally the primary move for PvP, so you're gonna want that, except for the aggro, because we're not trying to tank and draw aggro. Guillotine Blade's the main move, and I've triple killed people with this thing. So you need the AoE damage. Just max this out. This is gonna be the main move. The other thing too on this spec is always get the duration increase for the CCs. This is how you keep people chain CC'd for the longest possible time. Alright, so this is kind of just the spec overview. I did the gear overview. What you're trying to aim for is traits,
weapon,
hit, melee
evasion,
heavy attack chance.
Feel the difference.
And, you know, as you get, if you come up on it, what I've been doing is if I come up on anything, look at max health 450. That was a sale that came and I just put that right in there as health. Here's another example. Right in there is going to go health if I get anything coming up. So I'm going to be buffering my health up a little bit. It's a little low right now. I'd like it to be above 12k, 13k, but that's going to come with just getting more, you know, sales and just playing the game a little bit longer. Just be patient with this game. So I guess I can quickly go over the rotation too, and you can see how long I've been waiting this queue because people are not many tanks queue up for that one. All right, so yeah, so the normal gameplay loop too. You're gonna want to do your co-op dungeons. I always just do Cave of Destruction. Do those each day. You can take these dimensional tokens negative. So if you have 100 left and it's a 300 to pay for the chest, you can take it, you can pay for it and go negative. It borrows it from the next day. And then after you're done doing those, weapon, you're going to have these Abyssal upgrade. Contract tokens, which then you're going to want to pump into these places. Like right now I'm farming Sanctum of Desire because there's a drop in there that I want to get. It's these. I'm aiming for this Alacritus Evoker gloves. These are really cheap to trait. And it has, look, perception and hit chance. This is going to replace this. This is kind of a janky drop. I've gotten a couple of these to drop that I don't need. I'm really aiming for perception and hit chance. You know, if you look at the stat distribution for the character, you want perception. This dexterity is just, I wanted one more because I'm getting it from Magna's. You get one more for the bonus damage. Perception, I really want that as high as possible. That's going to feed into the melee hit chance. Because the melee hit chance is what's going to bypass everybody else's evasion. And all the tanks, everybody's running a ton of evasion right now.
The materials
so, and it's the main, it's going to be like that for a while. So you're going to need to get this over 1,000. So perception is key. So yeah, I'm targeting those gloves at Sanctum. But that should be your, you know, do your dungeons and then come back in and try and get those drops here. Now, also, there is these contracts here, like right here, Sanctum of Desire. Look at, I get this pouch, and I have a chance to get the item out of the pouch. So always make sure you have these scrolls you've been getting through the leveling process, through everything in the game that you've been doing. And it even says where these come from too. How to acquire. So do these, you'll double up. I'm trying to get those gloves. You know, you can farm whatever you want. This is also when you're spending these Abyssal Contract tokens in those cave areas, it's going to be feeding you more money too, because it increases the drop rate of the money.
You'll feel
all right, so let's just show the rotation real quick, and then that could be it for this video. I've been waiting in queue. I was hoping to get in queue and show a little bit of the PvE combat, but
there are many specters around the soul.
So, been having a lot of fun with this game. I've been trying my best to, like, you know, there is some guilds that have a lot of swipers, as they call them. And I think, you know, everybody, it's okay to pay for money in games. It's a service, you know, and what else are you going to spend money? You're either going to go to the bars or you're going to spend money on games. So it's up to you how you want to enter into this game and play it. But I have found that once you get those benchmarks from just like the dungeon, like the drop at least, it isn't that bad. Because you can get these green items that they're super easy to get, and they totally are equalized into, they're the same as having a kitted purple gear in some of these cases. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. You can just, you know, just aim for those benchmarks, hit, melee evasion, and you should be fine. And then just some heavy attack chance. But you don't even need heavy attack chance on the weapons too, because you think about this, I have these moves that give it. Like if I dash in, I get a heavy attack chance to proc, and then if I have here's another heavy attack chances by 264. I mean, think about that compared to what's on the item. So you don't necessarily need it, but it is if you're not doing anything pretty much. All right, so when you get that heavy attack prompt, you do the dash, come in, stun. You can knock them down if you want, and then just charge your big attack, and that's it. Boom. That will sometimes do it ×2. You're buffing your damage from this. Damage increased. Now you have to be careful with the CC change. You don't want to overlap. So this is a 3.3 second, and that's also been increased and modified on top of that, so it's even further. Then you can time it sort of at the end. You can either charge your attack, hit them, and then knock them down. You sneak it in. There's a little bit of time left, but it's hard to test on here because they're going to be already dead. Should have enough time to land that. If they're still alive, then you can hit the ascending slash. Now the poison just goes on them, and you can see that the poison, it's just an extra. It's basically like little extra attacks coming in, and some of the poison is going to start ticking for 400 damage. So, I don't know about you, but look at that. I mean, those are 400 damage is basically like an extra white attack coming in, and that's going to be always ticking on the mob. All right, and when you're playing a game where you can run out of mana, and then I've had these fights in the arena where I run out of mana. I mean, maybe I can even show it on the video. Let's see if I can cancel. And then just do a quick match. Because I'll show you what I mean. That the poison is a really nice extra little damage source. When you're trying to one-shot people, you're really, the most you can do is lead off with it, and now I can pour it in, stun them, and see they're ticking damage of poison. 315, 315, 154. So I already did 700 damage while I was waiting for them. While they were laying down. Now, there's another effect of poison that I like. Look at what it does. It also reduces the target's health regeneration by up to 80%. So, and tanks have really good health regeneration. So anyways, okay, let's see if we can get one showcase of casual PvP, because I'm not an expert PvPer. I didn't play Korea. I'm still learning a lot of the game. I'm just trying to equalize my gear a little bit, and then so I can contend. That's really what it is. That's a wand staff. He's gonna be some big damage. Let's get on that guy. Oh, that guy over there. How about him? Knock him down, and a big charge attack. Poison him. Dead. This guy's gonna be poisoned. He's already dead. Charge, gonna do another charge attack. Oh, I just did a quick charge attack. Didn't even need time. Oh, what's this guy doing? I'm gonna stun him and I'm gonna bomb him. I'm gonna disappear because that guy was on me right there. I'm gonna heal. Come back on this guy. Where's my move? Poisoned! Alright, they couldn't handle that. They couldn't handle the poison. Charge attack. Half a charge attack. That was just half a charge attack. Just gonna baby step into it. How do I get my dagger? Sometimes I hit the Y button, I don't mean to. And so I switch weapons. There's a guy coming over here. Let's see if I can say hello. Oh, they're all coming this way. What's up? Let's see if I can get on this guy. Knock him down. Charge attack. And I'm gonna poison him right after this. Dead. See, if he had run... See, the poison's nice because if they run away, they're going to be ticking damage. Hello. Quick charge attack. Oh, he took my kill. That's alright. I can share. He took my kill again! I did too long of attack. I should have done the 2 quick attacks. It's alright. Poison. I'm just going to use the poison for the sake of it. He's poisoned. He's poisoned. He can't handle it. Oh my god. Here we go. Dead. Alright, this is a fun match. I like the matches where you win. Take a sip of coffee. There's a guy on the left, isn't there? I'm gonna go for that guy. Oh, somebody fell down. What are they doing? Are they killing themselves? My team's hungry. Sometimes you don't need to charge the full charge attack. You can just hit the button because it's going to be a quick kill because you're fighting your team to try and get the kill. All right, let's see how he did. That was just a quick combat match. That worked out better than it usually does. 7 kills, no deaths. Well, that was assists. 53k, top damage. Not bad. It's also a normal match, so nothing fancy. All right. So, I think I covered it. So yeah, just remember PvE and PvP. I mean, this build I'm using in both. This build can be used literally in both. I'm just aiming for plus to hit chance, trying to get 1,000. I'm almost there. You want 1,000 hit chance. 1,200 I think is okay, but you can go higher. If you can go higher, just as much melee evasion as you can. That's how they don't land the stuns on you. And then, you know, on your gear pieces, on the greens, just get max health, skill damage boost. Max mana, skill damage boost, skill damage resistance. Really easy to slot. I think that covers it. Let me know if you have any more questions. If you know, I'm in a pretty good guild. I'm gonna continue experiencing the game and just progressing my character as much as I can and unlocking all the stuff, and trying to pay as little as possible. Trying to play the auction house as best I can. But all right, thanks for joining. See ya.